from PW1.
Are
you comfortable?
Well, we're very comfortable, but first of all, we thank God for today. We thank God that the matter has eventually kicked off without rancor. You know, you needed to have been in court to observe the proceedings. All the parties cooperated, and PW1 testified. PW1 is Mr. AAA, as he was designated. He investigated the matter 10 years ago, and today he came and gave his evidence and tendered documents. The matter is very simple. The state has a case against our client, and we are defending him. And for the first time, the matter has been opened, and we have heard what the evidence is. On Friday, we are coming back to cross-examine him. But in the main, the matter has commenced on a good note, very sound note, very civilized trial. And we hope by the grace of God we'll continue on this note and get to the end.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Reason why we have to say something in addition to what the SAN has said. These gentlemen here, these lawyers standing with me here, are members of the old guard. We have been there from the get-go, so we know the nitty-gritty of this case. Well, what I can add is we are finally here. The government is finally having the trial that it desires. Our position still remains unchanged despite the ongoing trial. That our client is innocent of the charges, that the case is driven by political considerations, and in the end, the innocence of our client will be established. So we take it from here to 2nd May, when we are going to subject the government witness who testified today. We are going to submit him to, or subject him to cross-examination, and then the truth shall begin to be revealed to everybody. Thank you very much.
All right.
We appreciate you always being around to cover this very political trial that has been ongoing for the past 10 years. Thank you.
As I was saying, that nnamdikanu grow beyond a revolutionist, because you can see his speech, you can see the way he moves. See, he opened the eyes of many people. He instigated and imparted something that will not die till eternity in the life of many Africans. Listen to me. There is something Nelson Mandela said. Do you know what he said? He said, it is better to stand alone than to stand with the people that hate you. So Nnamdikanu decided to stand alone rather than standing with the people that hate him. And his loneliness outstanding today have made him different before every other person in the Africa as a whole. And the people like Captain Traore Ibrahim, you look at what he said. He said as soon as Nnamdikanu come out of DSS, he have his freedom, that he will be the first person. He's already doing the campaign now, that once he's coming out, he will be the first person to host him. Meaning that the Nnamdikanu has imparted a lot into his life. No wonder he is matching Burkina Faso the way he's matching Burkina Faso. Let me tell you, I've never seen an African leader whom America give invitation that turn it down, except this man. My brother, don't you think that there is something that is, growing inside of this young man that makes him to turn the offer down given to him by Donald Trump? Twice now, he turned it down, he refused to go. He's not coming. Baba, stay your state, let me stay my state. Run your country, let me run my country. Burkina Faso is for, president is for the Burkina Faso government. And my government is for the Burkina Faso. Just as Trump will say that his government is for the Americans. So the same way Traore, has decided to run Burkina Faso government for the Burkina Fasons, or Burkina Babes, as they may call themselves. So he makes sure that the resources from Burkina Faso is being spent and used for the benefit of the Burkinas. It is a high time the white stop rooting the resources of the Burkinas and giving them change. Imagine you use what I have to develop your country, and my own country is underdeveloped. Who does that? So Nnamdikanu have in fact imparted a lot. See, do you know that Sahel generally today are moving based on the statement and the word and the speeches of Nnamdi Kanu. Look at a country like Niger. Look at a country like Mali. Look at a country like Senegal. Burkina Faso is not left after all. They are the champion today in the whole Africa. They are number one. That young man, 37 years, small boy, very small boy.
And there's also Nnamdi Kanu's consciousness in the north. Hausas are also talking about Nnamdi Kanu.
See his speech of flying. See his news. All the while Nnamdi Kanu have been speaking. If you go to the north now, many of them, don't you see that Nathan guy even opening his phone? See, do you know what he's talking? He's watching Nnamdi Kanu's speech. See, the man when you are not informed, you will be deformed. But when you become informed, Baba, you will do beyond. So Nnamdi Kanu have, imparted much in terms of enlightenment and education to those who are doomed or dumped from the facts of what they're supposed to have known. So Nnamdi Kanu exposes the secrets of the Europeans.
Do you think that James Omotosho is likely supposed to grant him bail? Because a Yoruba man, a Yoruba judge appointed, though the Igbo does not trust Tinubu at all, even though that Tinubu is trying to call for Southern unity against for his political interest. But the Igbos are rejecting it. We are not going to the military. We are not going to the police. We are not part of the system because Nigeria rejected, us, and you want us to come. They might likely sideline Bola Ahmed Tinubu because of the state of Nnamdi Kanu.
Yes, at the same time, this Nnamdi Kanu case is Omotosho to me, looking at the young man, except he want to play, a system of Nigerian politics, not having that constitutional right to speak according to the constitution, what the law says. You understand? But if him should appear in that angle, I don't see any issue in Nnamdi Kanu case. He will free him. Because he's a man that had no case. It's a case, the case is case. It's just like the war between Ukraine and Russia. Donald Trump called it it's a meaningless war. Meaningless war. So this case of Nnamdi Kanu is not a case that should be taken up to how many years? Just as Motosho have already said. So I see on Motosho, it could be the one, that's why the fact is a Yoruba, but where there is bad, you can as well see good. It could be the one that will finally to finalize everything and set the young man free. And let me tell you, I've already said it before now that it could be political. It could be political in the sense that
the Igbo senators rejected political. I don't know how to.
Yeah, it could be. Now listen,
because we don't know what political aspect they rejected.
The political aspect that they are rejecting could be that same aspect that Nnamdi Kanu is rejecting. Do you understand? And that is why they themselves voted against. If he should be released based on this condition, let him remain there. Do you understand? As he himself rejected it, we the senators, we are rejecting it too. So let him remain there. And that's why I say it could be political in a Omotosho case. How do I mean? After hearing which he have done that, now he's coming to handle the matter. Maybe on the 6th now, he may decide to trash out the whole and set the young man free. And once he set the young man free, if he go, there is every tendency. People like us may likely, if we have not separated from Nigeria, may likely say, okay, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, let us give you a fingerprint as in terms of vote. You know that kind of thing. So that's why I use the word political. He may go that way in order, because I have seen it that this man is the eyes of the Igbos. You understand? He's the voice of the Igbos. So free him after I'm not the one that kidnapped him. So if I should free him, and it will be based on the court order, not in the other side, you understand, of corner agreement. It is now the court that free him. Are you not seeing it now? Not that Buhari kidnap him, I just enter and free him. No. Let them see it that it is the court that free him. I follow the court process to free him. That is why I visited the case. You understand? And I use court process to free him. Are you not seeing the game there? That's why I use the word. It could be political. this
Okay.
time around.
Okay, Mazen Nnamdi seems to hold the magic wand. The Igbos psychologically have rejected Nigeria, rejected their army, rejected everything.
Of
Why
course.
would the government continue to blame IPOB, over their problems?
Yes,
Consider the
they
fact
are
that we
blaming
are not in the government, and they are the one running the government, but still, they still blame Igbo.
my brother. My brother. It's like when you have a woman that carry grace. Not be all woman is wife material. But there are some that are wife material. When you come into their life as a man, doors will open. Many doors will begin to open and you begin to enjoy life, enjoy favor. So Igbos, that is how Igbos is. They don't want to separate from the Igbos, but they don't want to tell themselves the truth. They know that the Igbos are the light that is shining in Nigeria. The Igbos are the one that making Nigeria to work, making every other Nigeria to benefit and enjoy. And whereby Igbos now decided to go, darkness will definitely cover. The Bible calls it the Lord darkness that covers the city, the people. So it will cover Nigeria. You understand? So they don't want to let the Igbos know because they know the importance of the Igbos. See, my brother, economically, if Igbos should depart today, Nigeria economy will drop completely. That's why the fact that Nigeria economy has collapsed, but with the support and the presence of the Igbos now, that's why you still see the economy. Baba, how many Yorubas are importers in the seaport? How many of them can afford 24 million per container? Then tell me, if Igbos are to pull out now, do you know how many Igbos are paying 24 million per container and some are bringing like 3, 4? Times it by 3. You not seeing Nigeria, especially Lagos State, making money. So if that kind of people times 3 or 4 or 5, 10 of them or 20 of them, only God knows the number of them. If they should pull out, if they should pull out, where do you think that money will be going? It will be going direct to the Igbos first. It will not come to Nigeria. Neither will it come to Lagos State. Then who stand to lose? They are the one that is losing.
But we are hearing that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is afraid because he doesn't know whether Nnamdi Kanu will command, election for his support, or will just say because from the look of it, nobody can predict him as Nnamdi Kanu. Is it part of the fear
Of
that
course,
he can look whether you release Nnamdi Kanu or not? Nnamdi Kanu can turn to anything against anybody, anytime, any day. As far as you are Nigeria.
There is something I want you to understand. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu today stand as an idol. He stands as what? Idol in Africa, in Nigeria. Whatsoever he says now stands. Nobody opposes it. But in Hausa now, they adore him now. Do you understand? So anything, why they are scared, which they're supposed to be scared, because they themselves know that nobody have ever faces what that man faced and see stand. They have confirmed the integrity that is in him. Do you understand? And they are scared that he may come outside now and say, Biafra, Oya. Anything he says now takes place in Nigeria.
Yeah.
If he stand now, tell military, Oya collapse, Nigerian military go collapse. If he say Nigerian police go collapse, he go collapse. Anything he come out and speak now stands. Nobody opposes it. Even Mr. President cannot stop it. They know that this man, that if he should come out now, and let me tell you, free Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is equally of freeing Biafra. And that Biafra is what he stands for. That image, that name, Biafra. See, let me tell you, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not coming out or a kind of speaking because he wants money. He did not come for Biafra because of money, because of wealth, because of riches. No, he wants to register a name that cannot be wiped out.
But he has done. He has already done.
He wants to keep a name that the generations, he must have. Let me tell you, Nigeria have given him so much offer that if he should accept it, the Dangote will not see his back. Even Simon Ekpan too. They are offers, but they turn it down. They prefer that name. I, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, fought for the Biafra of Biafra, and today, anywhere you mention Biafra, you are mentioning Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and that is what they want, not the money, not the wealth, not the riches of this world that other people have collected and silenced themselves and collected and sold themselves, thinking that they have sold Biafra.
The fear over release of Nnamdi Kanu.
Fear in Nigeria.
2027, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is wondering, will he going to vote for me, or we are going to lose the entire southeast? Oh, why come that they cannot predict Nnamdi Kanu when they talk about, like you said, the political solution? Is he part of the political solution? He doesn't know whether he will be voted for. But because once Nnamdi Kanu commands, that's fine now.
That is what I'm saying. You are coming back to what I've already said. I said they are scared, not just Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I mean Nigeria as a nation. They are scared of Nnamdi Kanu. And because they are scared of him, because he's a very big, huge fish, and anything he speaks goes, people agree without looking back. Not just only in Nigeria, but in Africa. To be precise now, you can see what Ibrahim Traore is doing. You can see every other African leader, what they are coming up now. See Algeria now, gaining their ground with the boldness and say, France, get out. Before, who does that? Even Putin too was there. It was now when Nnamdi Kanu now came up with this that make Putin give him the morale even to come and support Niger and all these African countries for Burkina Faso for liberation. Because he have seen it that somebody from Africa have risen and he has spoken the truth and he have opened people's eyes. And people are now following him in mass. Africans following him in mass. So he now use the advantage